Hello guys, welcome. Thank you so much, Alan MU, for for subscribing for 3 months in a row. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I'm actually not sure if you're here or not. I think to subscribe with Twitch Prime, you do have to manually click. So if you're here, thank you so much. Hello, Poke Collectors, and hello Jake the Gearheart. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I figured today we could review and take a look at some of the cool decks, cool/best decks from this weekend. I got all the lists off of the Limitless TCG site, so I figured we could start with the Night March list that won. Lucas Poke, yes, today will be in English, and then hopefully tomorrow will be in Spanish. Nuburba, yeah, hello. It must be pretty late in Italy, sorry. I wanted to stream earlier today. Tomorrow I will be streaming earlier most likely, but in Spanish. But yeah, my time varies a lot. And Poke Collectors, I'm actually not surprised that Night March won. Still a very strong deck, and then I think Zoroark only made it better. Gave the deck an extra attacker and a way to recover from Karen by discarding the cards. It gives you more access, it allows you to dig deeper, and the extra attacker is really good. And you can even use your opponent's Skyfield as well to try and get knockouts for yourself. So I'm actually not surprised. So yeah, give me 1 second guys, I'll open up the deck and then I'll be right back, okay? Just 1 second. Okay, welcome everybody. If you're watching this on YouTube, welcome to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2017. We're going to be looking at the list that won San Jose Regionals. Azu won. I was actually his opponent in round 7, I believe. And I was barely able to defeat him. It literally came down to a coin flip, which I won. But yeah, it was a super close match. So yeah, this is the list that he used to win the tournament. It is Night March, which is same old, I guess. It might be new for some of you. There might be people who haven't played Expanded yet. However, it does have a few new tricks up its sleeve. So let's review the deck list really quickly, and then we'll try to play a couple of games with the list. We have the 4/4/4 Night Marchers. Joltik with 30 HP has a Night March attack, which deals 20 damage times the number of Pokemon in your discard pile that have the Night March attack. And Mr. Rubin, thank you so much for subscribing. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate your support. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Joltik with a Night March attack. Then we have Pumpkaboo with a Night March attack. It does cost a little bit more. That's to compensate for the extra HP from Pumpkaboo, because it does have 60 as opposed to 30. But with Dimension Valley, we actually get to make it so it only costs a DC, so it's not too bad. And then we have 4 Lampent, which also has a Night March attack, but we don't have any Litwick, so we're never going to be attacking with Lampent. We're just going to have those in the discard pile so that we can power up our main attack. And Tabletop Village, thank you so much for the host. Aside from those Pokemon, we have one Marshadow-GX where its ability Shadow Hunt allows you to use any attack of any basic Pokemon in your discard pile as the attack for this Pokemon, as long as you cover the necessary energy requirements. So with Marshadow, we can actually copy Joltik's or Pumpkaboo's Night March attack for a single DC, and we get an extra typing, which is always pretty good. And we also get a Night Marcher essentially with a lot more HP. Even though it's a GX, I feel like the damage output is definitely worth it. Then we have the 2/2 Zoroark-GX line. Zoroark-GX, an amazing Pokemon, 210 HP. Trade ability, once during your turn before you attack, you may discard a card from hand. If you do draw 2 cards, you can discard Night Marchers, you can discard any of the supporters you don't end up using or any excess cards to thin out your deck, and you also get to use Righteous Beating, which deals 20 damage for every Pokemon you have in play. So pretty good attack. The extra cards from the ability is also pretty nice. And we have the 2 Zorua with Paralyzing Gate. I'm actually not sure. I don't remember which Zoruas it was that Azul used, but the Paralyzing Gate seems the best one, probably just because you get a 50-50 chance of perhaps surviving a turn where you might have not survived. And then for support we have the triple Shaymin and the single Lele. Triple Shaymin to allow you to draw extra cards to have those super explosive turns, and then the single Lele to find you the right supporter for turn 1, especially Ghetsis for turn 1, which is actually super strong. And then, as you can see, we have a very big array of supporters and trainers, and I apologize beforehand if I cough a lot. I'm quite sick. I've been sick since London, and then all this traveling hasn't helped me, but for supporters we have 3 Sycamore, or 3 Juniper rather, in order to draw 7 cards, the best card that allows this deck to keep digging deeper into his deck. And then we have 1 Ghetsis, 1 Guzma, 1 Hex Maniac, 1 Lysandre, 1 N, and 1 Teammate. So a lot of versatility, and with Battle Compressor you very easily get to choose which supporter you want to use at the moment you need it. With 4 via Seeker, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Battle Compressor, and 4 Puzzle of Time, and 3 Trainer's Mail, you have a lot of consistency, as well as a single Dowsing Machine, which is also super useful in order to recover any card. In our match, I believe Azul was able to win 1 game off of the fact that he discarded all of the... He managed to use like a 5th Battle Compressor in our game thanks to Dowsing Machine, and that got him the last KO. Then we have a single Field Blower, a single Special Charge, the Dowsing Machine as I mentioned, the 2 Dimension Valley so that Pumpkaboo has a chance at attacking, and then the single Choice Band and single Float Stone, which can be reused through Puzzle of Time, so it's not too bad that we only have 1. We have a lot of options, a lot of versatility, and it's a very difficult deck to pilot. Disclaimer, I probably will be misplaying a lot in this video just because I had very little time to prep before London going into San Jose, so I didn't get to practice with every deck, and I wasn't able to get in like 100 games with each deck, so I'll definitely be making some misplays, but hopefully with the chat we'll be able to get some good games going. So yeah, for TC, round out the deck, and now let's jump into ladder to see what we can do. The ladder has researched apparently, and the other 2 decks I have prepared for today, where if you're watching this on YouTube you'll probably have to wait until tomorrow or Wednesday, are the Gyarados deck and the Whaler deck. So Jake the Gearheart, it's okay. I did have a bit of bad luck in San Jose. It happens. I mean, I had been running pretty hot for the other 3 regionals, so it's not terrible that I mean, not making day 2 I still got points. 65th was unfortunate, but hey, what can you do, right? We'll have another opportunity at a good run in Memphis in a couple of days. And now our starting hand is atrocious. We don't have any way to accelerate or draw. We do have a lot of outs to get things going, but we do rely on our top deck. And hello Marilla, hello HPK Tank, hello Titan, yes I am going to Dallas. And Avalon, hello, Electech, good night. And Pokelectors, what do I teach people? That's a very vague question. Okay, the only thing I can do is Hex Maniac and pass. So what do I teach people? I mean, every person is unique. Every class I end up giving is unique. It's mostly like we go over improving sequencing, we go over deck thinning, we go over a lot of like small concepts, thinking ahead, planning your turns ahead, trying to predict what your opponent will do, making sure you know what to do in order to win the game, finding your win condition, and all of that. I mean, so far from every person I've coached, every class ends up being very unique. So yeah. BM Break, hello. Rodro Segovia, hello. Thank you so much for being here. And another not so great start with the Shaymin, but we can make do, I guess, because we have the compressor and the Seeker and Trainer's Mail. And Nuburba, yes, that's exactly right. Mesa means table in English, and therefore table plus Pokemon, Tablemon. That's it. And cool, Ben. Yeah, there will be, Dallas will be pretty concurrent, I think. Like, there will be a lot of people at Dallas. Okay, so let's play Trainer's Mail, and then off of what we get, we decide what to Battle Compressor for. Okay, so we do get an Ultra Ball. I think that's the best card to grab here, because that way we can discard these two Nightmare Chairs, we can find ourselves a Joltik in order to try to attack this turn. We could also find a Zorua potentially as well. Maybe that's a better option. Zorua, then we're probably going to have to Compressor for either N or Ghetsis. My opponent didn't do anything during his turn. He just attached an energy and passed. So either he's holding good cards or he's drawing dead. Or he could be holding stuff like the Seeker and whatnot. So, okay, I'm gonna grab the Zorua. I don't think I'll be able to like get a knockout this turn. I'll bench the Zorua. I will play the Battle Compressor. I will discard two more Lampents and the Ghetsis. This feels risky though. I mean, I can get this twice, but this feels very risky. The safe play would be to get rid of N, but my opponent literally didn't do anything. I'm just gonna get this. Why not? I'm just gonna get this turn one. Well, Poke Collectors, if you want more information on my coaching services, then feel free to message me on Facebook, and I will give you all the details. Okay, so my opponent did have two item cards. He's a Garbodor Espion GX deck. He has Rainbow Energy, and we get to draw a couple of cards here. Okay, so we actually get a Juniper rather, for next turn, so this is not too bad. Shall I bench the Pumpkaboo? Yes, my opponent probably plays Dimension Valley himself, so this should be good enough. And we don't have 1, 2, 3, 4 item cards, so my opponent would need a Garbodor and a Choice Band to get a knockout on our Shaymin. Pretty underwhelming turns though so far. My opponent just top decks Juniper. Oh gosh. You are procrastinating starting for finals and doing homework to watch this. Thank you so much for being here, Double Cup Faded. Sekius, yeah, today is an English stream indeed. And Nuburba, yep, you got it right. You got it. I like, in my mind, I figured that would be like a very obvious thing, but I guess it turned out it wasn't. So I'm just gonna go ahead and Juniper here. I'm gonna get rid of the Joltik. There's more Joltiks. There's another Compressor. I can Sky Return here. My opponent, what did he discard? The Special Charge. Ooh, that's big. Okay, so I'm gonna Battle Compressor away more things, I guess. Probably the two other Pumpkaboo. Oh, I don't rely on Dimension Valley too much. And then what else could I want to discard? Well, I guess actually keeping Pumpkaboo in the deck is actually a better idea. I'm gonna get rid of one Joltik instead. 1-on-1. Yeah, because Pumpkaboo, if I wanna deal easier with Espion GX, I definitely need I definitely want Pumpkaboo instead. Yeah. Okay, and then what else do we want to discard? What's the least useful supporter here? I mean, Teammates could be good. I'm thinking Hex is the least useful, so I'm gonna discard that one. And then do I bench? Yeah, I'm gonna bench a Joltik, and I'm gonna Sky Return and promote the Joltik. If that gets knocked out, well, can I afford a knockout? Yeah, it's fine if my opponent knocks out the Joltik. Mr. Paul Table. Yep, that would be my name in English essentially. Paul Table. Jake the Giveheart. Yes, I am going to Charlotte, North Carolina, and Portland. So thanks to my sponsor, Sack or Scoop, down here. If you guys want to give a shout out to them on Twitter or Facebook or on their YouTube page and thank them for all they do. Thanks to them is the fact that I will be able to attend all of the regionals that are left in the United States and Toronto as well. So I really appreciate their support. They're amazing. And yeah, any love you can show them on social media to thank them for supporting me, it would be very cool. And hello Alan. The first thing that happened in today's stream was the fact that you resubscribed with Twitch Prime, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing so. And Duelist Pyro, yeah, I'll see you in Dallas for sure. I'll definitely be in Dallas. There might be some I miss, but for different circumstances. I know there's like the Australia trip, and then there's another regional, and then there's triple regionals back to back in March as well. So like it could get a little bit overwhelming, but we'll see. I mean, it's too early to tell. And yeah, Lalo, today is an English stream. Today is an English stream. Okay, so my opponent is playing Stomp Off or Guru Lele apparently. Stomp Off Trubbish with SPNGX. Okay, because you should have said hi. There were so many people coming up to say hi. I don't bite. Okay. Oh, Garbo Toxin Garb. Okay. So coincidentally, we have the Field Blower immediately. My opponent at this point probably won't purposely play the the Dimension Valley. He has gotten rid of one Field Blower. He discarded the Drampa. Discarding Drampa is good for us. And he's just gonna trash a Lance here. So hopefully we find a Dimension Valley. That's all we need here. I mean, I could attack with Zoroark potentially, but that would require me to fill up my bench, and I don't think I can afford to do that. I top deck another Shaymin, so I'm just gonna play this. We're not too worried about item card counts. No SPN inside either, so I feel like I can bench a Joltik. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have enough Night Marchers in the discard pile where I can do this. And now we really need to find a Dimension Valley, so we have to dig as much as possible. We find a Float Stone, which I can attach to Zorua. Or I can just keep it in my hand, and what I can do is Teammates for the Dimension Valley. This is a better way to secure the card we need. Both Dimension Valleys are there. We see that DC is priced, so we could yeah, Zoroark and then the Dimension Valley. Could have grabbed the DC to replace this one because Pumpkaboo is probably going down to Oranguru actually, but that's okay. Or because of Dimension Valley, it could even go down to a 1 energy Lele, which is not ideal, but it's not too bad. The question is, should I keep drawing cards? I'm gonna trade away the Lampent. I probably won't bench another Shaymin. There's no need. All the other cards are good cards for me to have alive in my deck, so I'm just gonna attach the Float Stone there, and I'm gonna Night March for 180 damage, 360, yeah, 180 damage. Wow. Cakes, Gyarados and then 2 Greninjas. Oh, that sounds awful. I'm so sorry. That sounds like such bad luck. There weren't that many water type decks for sure. Jake, yeah. I'll be at Madison as well. Madison is in 3 weeks, right? Oh, you've won it and you've top 32. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll definitely be in Madison in a couple of weeks. I will definitely be over there. It's 3 weeks, isn't it? Or like 2.5, something like that. But yeah, definitely gonna be in Madison. Okay, so our Pumpkaboo got knocked out. Now we don't have a DC, but what we do have is versus Seeker for Teammates, which is more than enough. To find a DCE. And what else could we want? If I mean, I only need 2 more Pokemon to fill up my bench, so perhaps it's worth just going for the knockout with Zoroark. Perhaps it is worth it. I could go these 2 and then Ultra Ball for Marshadow. And I just attack with Zoroark. It does give me a much higher HP attacker, and then another Night Marcher can follow up on the Lele probably. Yeah, I like that. And then we might even get 2 Zoroark-GXs in play, which is also pretty cool. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end up using Ultra Ball to get rid of Shaymin. Yeah, to get rid of Shaymin and a Juniper. And then I'm gonna grab Marshadow and I'm gonna bench it. And yeah, nothing should threaten my Zoroark-GX at this point. And Oranguru does have 120 HP, so that's pretty good. There's the knockout. Halthal, yeah, I mean, I really do love Guardy. I really do love Guardy. Nuburba, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll definitely upload the videos to YouTube later. Tomorrow we will see this part of the Night March matchups, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday we will have the other 2 decks if you want to keep up, and then tomorrow I'll be live streaming in Spanish and hopefully on Wednesday in English as well. Oh, Memphis, yeah, Memphis and Madison. I got confused, TLB, sorry. I definitely got confused there. Okay, so my opponent gonna go for the Righteous Edge trick. So what we need now is to get another Puzzle of Time or our last TC. We have 10 Night Marchers in our discard pile, so we can actually deal up to 200 damage. I'm gonna compressor away the cards that are not Puzzle of Time, that are not useful in this current situation, such as N, such as Dimension Valley, and such as not the other compressor because that also helps us in the deck. So I'm gonna get rid of Lysandre. We have 10 cards left, 3 of them are Puzzle of Time. So yeah, odds were we were going to get a Puzzle of Time, so that's pretty good. Here we play the double puzzle, and we can take a knockout with Marshadow, or we can take a knockout with Marshadow or with Joltik. We also have the Field Blower to have access to abilities. Actually, I need my abilities to attack with Marshadow. So I could keep the Field Blower for a later time, although Marshadow does... The thing is, investing into Marshadow seems risky. Although my opponent has 3 cards, and I can even get rid of Dimension Valley. And that way he doesn't have a single energy on Tapu Lele as an option to attack me. I'm going to trade away the Juniper, because we definitely won't be using Juniper with such few cards left in the deck. We get the second trade going. And perfect. Just perfect. My opponent only has 3 cards in hand, so I could Sky Return or Night March. I definitely want the Night March, but it wouldn't be the first time where I misclicked for Marshadow. Excuse me, guys. We even find the Dowsing Machine, which can get us another puzzle to get back the Field Blower and another DC, so we are good here. And hello GD, thank you so much for being here. I'm doing good, although a little bit sick, as you guys have heard. But everything's going good. How about yourself? Okay. So I really don't know what my opponent can do at this point. He Ultra Balls away Lele and something else. Promoting the guard probably means he has a tool ready for him, but that's okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm not too worried. Cool. Okay, so my opponent does N. He didn't have the tool card, and will he find it? Will he not find it? We actually found a versus Seeker, so we can now just Guzma for the game if my opponent doesn't play a tool card, because that way Marshadow can just get a knockout. And thank you, GD. What's a good expanded deck if you want to learn expanded? I want to say a good expanded deck is probably Night March. It's a hard deck to play for sure, but it would teach you all about deck thinning. It would teach you all about making sure you have the right approach to thinning out your deck and stuff. Turbo Turtles could be another good expanded deck to like have something for expanded and then face against other expanded decks. Turbo Dark probably as well. Zoroark-GX decks. I feel like all four of those decks would be good. And yeah, Night March is exactly as Jake mentions. It's easy to learn, but hard to master, if you will. I'm sure there were many instances where I could have done a different play. I could have played better. I'm definitely not the Night March expert, but this was the list that won, and it's pretty clear why it won. I mean, we lost that first game, which was just a dunk, but overall it's a pretty straightforward deck, and it's a very powerful deck as well. Okay, so we're against Star Platinum Mad, and we got a heart and we got a hello, so we'll just send that back. We'll reciprocate the love. Okay, so we start Zorua, which is actually pretty decent. What's not too great is the other cards we have in our hand. Because if we Juniper away the Zoroark, the other one might be prized. I mean, we will find out with the Ultra Ball. Oh boy. So we are up against Phantom, or rather, Trevenant. So getting Zoroark is actually the best possible card we could have gotten. Okay, so this is the plan now. That completely changes everything. I'm gonna Ultra Ball away the Pumpkaboo and the Lysandre, or a Juniper. The Juniper, because I might actually end up using Lysandre. And I mean, I could go for another Zorua, but I don't think I even want anything. Because anything I do bench could get trapped. Please don't post links on the chat, guys. Please do not. How do I delete that message? I actually don't know. Okay, so what do I grab here? I'll grab the other Zorua. Yeah, let's grab the other Zorua. But I'm not gonna play it just yet. And what I am going to do is play a Hex Maniac. That might delay my opponent's evolution, or ascension rather, into Trevenant if he can't find the Wally, or if he doesn't find an energy somehow. He does have computer search, so never mind. I don't think there's any way he can knock out my Zorua though. I don't think there's any way he can knock out my Zorua. So yeah. Okay, there's an end by my opponent. So instead of going for an energy, he chose to end us. That does mean we lose the Zoroark-GX, and he finds the energy to evolve. So now we're in a little bit of trouble. I mean, I have to Juniper here, although I'm not sure if I bench the Shaymin. I think I do bench the Shaymin, because Shaymin is not a bad card to have on the bench, just because I can just Sky Return it at any point. Hello, Gabriel. And yeah, no Zoroark-GX for us. No Zoroark-GX for us, and no actual way to draw into it. So I feel like using Paralyzing Gaze would actually be super weak. So I'm just gonna bench the double Shaymin, and I'm going to pass. Yeah. We'll see. There's a Juniper. My opponent ended up discarding. Yeah, so he does have energy denial. And I guess we do need a few Pokemon to bench for Zoroark-GX. So there's this Silent Fear. Unless we top deck the Zoroark, I don't think that's gonna be a good option for us. And we didn't, so now all we do is pass here. But we have the Shaymin loop combo. Here we see another Silent Fear by my opponent. And yeah, now I kind of regret having discarded my other Juniper, but hey, we can save. Ooh, okay. If my opponent attaches another energy, he knocks out the Shaymin. Ugh. But if he doesn't, he still knocks out the Shaymin. See, the thing is, if I promote Pumpkaboo and he just Silent Fears, then I still lose the Shaymin. So at least this way I force him to have the energy. If he doesn't have the energy, he's in a bad spot. And yeah, Jake, like you said, Night March can be a straightforward deck. It can be pretty good, but then it can also it can be teched greatly in order to really improve it and make it super versatile. Okay, so things are not looking good here. Maybe I should have tried to super explode on that one turn I did have. Maybe that was a mistake. I'm just gonna pass here. Pumpkaboo is probably going down. At least we have one more turn to see if we can top deck something. But yeah, it's not looking good. Definitely not looking good. Trevenant is probably the worst matchup for Night March. And yeah, my opponent just chooses to not lose any time at all. He just goes straight for a knockout on the Pumpkaboo. And we top deck a compressor. So we have another turn. And hello Pixel Hungry, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, okay. I actually wasn't aware you could do that. And oh, what a top deck. What a top deck, ladies and gentlemen. That was quite the top deck. That was actually quite the top deck. And I mean, my opponent surely will have more ends, but at least we can pressure him and force him into playing more stuff, potentially. But yeah, that was quite the top deck. That was actually quite the top deck. Okay, my opponent powers up Necrozma with a TCG and chooses to Tree Slam. So with a Muscle Band or a Choice Band, he can knock out my Shaymin. So that's a very real threat. Would that deck run Choice Band or Muscle Band? Or even Fighting Fury Belts? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't. Interesting. Okay. So we're dragging this out more than it probably needs to be. I mean, I really doubt we're going to win this match, but there's a chance, I guess. Small one, but there's a chance. There's the first Seeker for N, which makes a lot of sense. That will probably seal up the game. And even if my opponent just goes down to 2 cards, he doesn't really need anything else at this point. So there's the N. And the senior Poké player, hello, thanks so much for being here. And yeah, Trevenant is definitely kind of dead because of Zoroark rising in the ranks. Okay, so there's a Tree Slam. Can we top deck Shaymin again? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, so that's game. Because once we do this and we Sky Return, unless my opponent misclicks and retreats and then chooses not to attack, that's pretty much it. Yep. So there's the game. Okay, so let's try one more game with Night March, with this Night March winning list. And it's okay to take a bad matchup to Trevenant, just because I generally don't think there were more than 10 Trevenant decks in the whole Masters division. Yes, this is a Night March list that actually won the tournament. So This is the Night March list that has Zoroark-GX, and that got first place in San Jose. I actually played against Azul in round 7, and it was a super close match, and I barely won. Barely. Okay, so we start Zorua once again, and we're going second. But now we have Battle Compressor and stuff. Oh wow, Jake, thank you so much for subscribing with your Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me. Okay, seems like we're probably up against a mirror match. We are probably up against a mirror match. Interesting. So this is probably one of the most difficult matches to play. And wow, Halsal, wow, thank you so much for subscribing. That's so cool. Thank you guys so much for your support. You have no idea how much it means to me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's thanks to people like you who support in different ways, be it watching, subscribing, liking, etc., that I'm able to do what I do. So thank you so much. Okay, so my opponent getting a pretty good turn for Night March. Now, the mistake that my opponent, I believe, is doing is the fact that he has 3 GX Pokemon already in play, and the Night March mirror can sometimes simply be won by targeting GXs instead of EXs. So, and we even have a chance. We even have a chance at knocking out that Marshadow, thanks to the fact that we already have the Dimension Valley. We can search for Pumpkaboo, and we can even put Guzma in the discard pile. So it's small, but it's a chance. I don't know, might be unattainable this turn, but if all we do is play down basic Pokemon, I think we could actually be okay here. Okay. Really wish my opponent would play down a Joltik though. Really wish my opponent would play down a Joltik. Thank you so much, Jake. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate what you're saying. Okay, so what's the plan here? What is the plan? Do we want to get lucky? Do we want to get not too lucky? Do you want to save the puzzles? Do we even want to play Dimension Valley? Okay, the first thing we do is thin out our deck. So we have the Juniper. So we could, I mean, there's a chance we could also get a knockout on the Lele. However, we would need 100% to draw that Float Stone, and that seems unlikely. Relying on drawing just the 1 card seems very unlikely. So I'll get rid of 2 Lampents, and I kind of want to get rid of the Guzma just so that I have access to it. I don't know what support I'll end up using just yet. Do I get rid of the Puzzle of Time? I think I do. I want to keep the versus Seeker alive. Well, actually, the thing is, I want to attach the TCG to something that's not Shaymin or Zorua. So do I get rid of the Dimension Valley? Could be. Yeah, I'm actually not sure we're gonna have that explosive turn we want. Or I could just go Shaymin and then play it super risky. No, I'm gonna discard these 2. I want to play risky, but not too risky. So I'll draw cards off of Shaymin. I will play the Stadium down as well. I will play the Stadium down. So let's draw 4 cards first to start us off. Okay, so there's Pumpkaboo. And we're gonna attach a DCE. The issue is now we're gonna lose a lot of important cards. The other puzzle, it really hurts that we lose the second puzzle. But okay, we actually get a Battle Compressor, we can get rid of the other Lampent, we can get rid of Joltik and Pumpkaboo. Because yeah, we won't always be able to hit for weakness. And we get triple versus Seeker, which really sucks. I think this is all we do for now. And then if my opponent takes a knockout on Zorua, that's fine. If he takes a knockout on Marshadow, that's okay-ish. And yeah, I think this is all we do for now, unfortunately. GD, have there been boring formats in your opinion between years? I don't think so. I generally don't think so. I mean, maybe some would call the format where Gardevoir Galate just completely dominated for the whole season boring. I think that would be the closest. That was probably 2008 or 2009. But yeah, I think that would be it. Halsal, who out of your team usually has the final say or is, I guess, the voice of reason in deck choice? Well, like this day and age, I'm usually talking to so many people, but with like my friends, it's mostly between my friends from X-Files. Between us, like we know Mike Fouché is probably a really good metagame analyzer and deck builder, so I usually listen to his advice very closely on what to run. Oh wow, my opponent just... What? Did he disconnect? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have the knockout on the Marshadow, so I'm just gonna go for it with this Guzma. And I kind of want to get Zoroark, but then I also don't want to discard via Seekers or my A-Spec. So yeah, usually for me, it's I follow Mike Fouché's advice very, very closely. I also talk to Sam Chen, but it's not like, usually we each have our own final say. And sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree, but okay. Huh. So my opponent playing down a lot of cards. So the draw pass was weird. There's a Teammates, so probably getting a Float Stone and a DCE. Yeah, I really trust his judgment. Definitely really trust his judgment a lot, Mike Fouché's. Okay, how do we respond to this? We can respond with our own Shaymin, actually. Oh no, he's gonna take a knockout with Lele. Okay, that's okay, because now we have a chance to knock out this Tapu Lele. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there are 6 Night Marchers now, right? So we need 3 more to get a knockout with Marshadow on this Lele, and then all we have to do is hunt down that Shaymin. So we top deck the card that we wanted to search for. I'm gonna trade away first the Field Blower. Yeah, my opponent has 4, 5, 6, 7, so he only needs 1 Night Marcher more. Yeah, I'm gonna trade away the Field Blower. The Choice Band, I mean, I don't mind him getting a knockout. There's a Joltik that we need. I guess I don't mind putting down this Zorua. Oh, okay, but first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna discard the N and the Ultra Ball. And I'm gonna get back a Battle Compressor. Then I'm gonna get rid of 3 more Night Marchers, which I know I have. There we go, 3 more. Now there's 9 total. Now there are 9 total in the discard pile. If my count doesn't fail me, yep, 9 total, so this is enough. I'm also gonna bench the Zorua. That way I have more outs to potentially Zoroark-GX or drawing more cards if I get end this turn. And there's a Night March for 180 damage. So even though we might lose, or we definitely lose March out here, our 2 prizes are also pretty good cards to have live in our deck in order to draw more cards. So things are looking good for us to be able to close out this match. We need DCE and Guzma or Lysandre to win here. We're gonna see a computer search, probably for an N. And then based off of what we draw, we'll make a decision on who to promote. But Zoroark-GX essentially gives us a 5 card N. Instead of just 2 plus our top deck, we get 4 plus our top deck. So there's a computer search into very Seeker into N. The opponent will also find his own Zoroark-GX. And yeah, a good non-GX deck besides Greninja. I agree. Standard is definitely super based on GXs at this point. And okay, so we find the DCE. The DCE will actually be pretty cool in picking up the Shaymin and getting a knockout. The Sun and Moon 5 card jump could beat Xerneas. I mean, Xerneas is a good attacker, it's just not that great overall. Okay, so now all we need is a Via Seeker. Okay, so all we needed was a Via Seeker to win, and we got it. So pretty fortunate for us to draw. We got the perfect N. It could have been different, but we did have access to Zoroark, so we had good odds, and we deal a lot of damage to that Shaymin. So yeah, I think my opponent's mistake, as you can see, all we had to do was knock out 3 GXs to win the match, and we got that lucky turn where my opponent just drew past essentially. But yeah, I'm sure Azul played a lot more mirror matches during day 1 and day 2, and also in top cuts, and he did pretty well, obviously. So yeah, night merch is pretty good. So with this, guys, I'm gonna finish off this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like, it really helps out the channel. And if you're watching on Twitch, please don't go anywhere. I'll be just 1 second, and I'll be back with the next deck that we're reviewing from San Jose Regionals. So yeah, oops.